And we are live. Hello, everybody. Hello, Allison. Hey, girl. Hey. Um, Make sure that's okay. So yes, we were having some. Well, Heather was having some last minute Mercury retrograde shenanigans going backstage, but we are here. We are live, and we have the lovely Linda de Gonzalez and the even more lovelier Wanda. Hi, Wanda.
Yeah, she's the star.
Sweet. She's the star, but no, the wonderful too. And we can hear Agador in the background. So as I put in chat, I said Linda and Wanda are joining Nancy, Agador, and I today. So lots of lovely feathered friends hanging out, and Allison loves the crows and the birds. So. Uh, I will be listening while sewing, having a great thing. Have a great life. Thank you, girl. And can't wait to see that beautiful cape. And aloha, Jonathan.
Hi,
Hello,
Jonathan.
hello. Jonathan will be, if I remember correctly, joining Nancy and I for the last Monday already after today of August for our show. And we'll be doing, the 26th. And we will be discussing the Simple Wine Goddess. Here we go again.
And Jonathan's going to be on my show on Thursday.
Very nice.
That should be fun. The first one was a ton of fun, so this one should be awesome.
Woohoo. And Lori Hunsinger is here.
Hi, Lori.
Hello, Lori. Thank you for being here. And so Linda had a very special story she wanted to share today, and then we can talk a bit about Kuan Yin. But and hello, Jackie. Jackie Jacaranda is here. I always love being able to roll my R's. I could never do it as a kid. I couldn't until I was an adult. So especially being in an Italian household, how come you can't roll your R's? So hello, Jackie. Thank you for joining us. So, Linda, would you love to share your beautiful story with everybody?
Well, I didn't think it was much of a story, actually. The Dalai Lama was here in Vancouver in 2016. And I just felt I really had to see him. I just felt really called to be there because I don't go to concerts. I don't go to stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It's just a lot of usually not worth the bother. And but I had to see the Dalai Lama. So I went with a friend to the university stadium where this was being held. It was really interesting. There were a whole bunch of Tibetan people that I didn't know existed here in Vancouver. And a whole bunch of Indian people as well. Anyway, I just was thrilled to be in his presence. I can't tell you. I just don't have the words to describe what it's like to be in the presence of someone like the Dalai Lama. Thinking about it just about brings me to tears right now. My friend thought that perhaps we'd had a past life together. Yeah, I don't know. I never looked into that, which kind of seems crazy, doesn't it? Yeah, I know. But I never did look into it.
I don't think it's crazy at all.
Anyway, what he did in that meeting at the university was a dedication. At least this was my understanding, is the dedication of the whole audience, like 3,000 people, to the goddess Kuan Yin. And so when Heather asked me when we were preparing for this show, and she asked me if there was a goddess that I felt connected to, I had to dig, and I thought, well, really, the only one that I really feel any connection to is Kuan Yin because of that dedication with the Dalai Lama. And I didn't really know what was going on. There was some interpretation, but very summary. There was it wasn't in English, um, and um, and I don't know what language it was in. Okay, it might have been Sanskrit, it might have been Tibetan. I have no idea, and there wasn't really anybody I could ask. Anyway, it lasted about an hour. It was it was really hard for me to stay focused because I didn't understand what was going on, and there was a lot of stuff that people already knew around me, and that I couldn't participate in. Anyway, it was so yeah. So that's my story about the Dalai Lama. I later that day I walked by him in the hallway. The man has an aura 10 feet across.
Wow.
It is just amazing to be in his presence.
That's what Doreen Virtue said too in her book from a few years back, Meeting the Dalai Lama. Mm-hmm.
Just an amazing presence. I wanted to cry. I wanted to fall to my knees. I wanted to do a whole bunch of things, none of which I did. I just headed straight on towards the ladies' room. But it was a powerful, powerful moment. Yeah.
Wow.
So
that's beautiful. Tropical Empress Amanda in spirit is here. Hello, Amanda. And Jonathan said there's a Korean Buddhist temple here on Maui that has a giant statue of Kuan Yin, and then different ways of pronouncing her name out front. That sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
So sorry, I was just going to say, so to get ready for this today, I didn't really feel up. Well, fundamentally, I'm really, very lazy. I didn't feel up to doing a whole bunch of research on Kuan Yin and all the different traditions and all of that sort of academic stuff, which I admire and appreciate greatly. Okay. I just didn't feel up to doing it. So what I did was I channeled a message from her this morning. And I want to tell you, her presence was, oh yeah. I know exactly what she means, Jonathan. It's amazing. Any of you who have the opportunity to go and see the Dalai Lama, do it. Do it, do it, do it. Anyway, so I channeled a message from her this morning. Her presence was powerful, but very gentle. So like fog, not because she's like obscuring anything or because she's hiding or anything like that, but just that very light kind of, not oppressive, not just a very caressing kind of energy. I think she's wonderful. I really enjoyed the channeling, because sometimes channeling can be almost painful. Jonathan says, Kuan Yin is a passionate study of mine and one of my main divine patrons. Wow. You and I are going to have some more conversations, Jonathan.
There you go. All connecting.
I can see that in the future.
The goddess brings us together.
Yeah. So she had a short but really beautiful message for all of us, for humanity, basically, this morning. Do you want me to read it now?
Oh, please.
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay, I can't read my handwriting with these glasses. Okay. Compassion is an aspect of love. Humans are, just to let you know, I might cry during this, okay?
Okay.
Humans are created from infinite love and are capable of infinite compassion. Healing, true healing, comes from compassion, comes from love. You are created from love. You are surrounded by love. You are love. Let that love flow through you. Love is the essence of your being. Compassion is one of its expressions. The physical world is filled with distractions. Learn to discern what comes from love and what comes from fear. Cling to love. Be compassionate. Although healing can be painful in the moment, although it can mean loss, it is for your highest good. Love yourselves. Love each other. Share your light with the world.
Wow.
Deceptively simple, right?
Mhm. But it hits the
I
heart.
don't know. It's very,
Oh.
very, very profound. Oh my goodness.
I found it really really moving when I received it and wrote it down, and I find it just as moving when I read it now.
Yes.
Yeah, Jackie, so that was beautiful. And hello, Carrie. Thank you for joining us. And there's Scott. Hello, Scott. Um, yeah, we need a lot of that. And that was a good
Yeah.
reminder, too, because like I say in my shows, I live in a very red area. Every time I leave the house, I'm getting hit with not just signs for him, but just the way people live here, throwing their garbage in our hallways, throwing garbage out on the lawn, making us have to walk through that. And I get so bitter. I get so hateful. I get so resentful. And it's a beautiful message like that kind of that brings it all into perspective. So thank you, Linda. Thank you, Kuan Yin,
Yes.
Yeah.
for sharing
Kuan
that.
Yin's pretty cool. I'm absolutely going to be paying more attention to her
Yes.
in the future. Because I don't mean in the future like next month. I mean like I'm going to yeah, you're right.
And Carrie says the physical world is filled with hate and destruction. Love is the only real creation. Love is the truth. Love is real, and love is freedom.
Yeah.
Love comes together. Love conquers all. And I know nowadays that's hard to believe. Even I have a hard time believing that some days when I see what.
It's
Yeah.
easy to love the lovable. I mean, that's easy.
Yeah.
You see your grandchild for the first time, of course.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what
Instant.
we're called to do is love the unlovable.
At the very least, to have compassion.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Compassion is the is it the workhorse of love?
Yeah. It's an expression of love. Yeah.
Yeah. Because to be truly compassionate, like I said, it's easy to be compassionate over things that are easy. The challenge is to be that way when it's difficult. And that's a challenge for all of us, but that's what we're called to do. As light workers, we're supposed to be the light.
Yeah.
And that's a burden though on us too. And we have to remember that we're human and we're going to have moments where we're going to just that negativity is going to come out and we're going to lose it. But then we bring it back in and remind ourselves and remind others.
Trying,
Yeah.
And I think Source knows that because we're imperfect. We're not perfect. Yeah. But if we keep trying,
we're imperfectly imperfect.
Trying,
Perfectly imperfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. The I had a kind of a boot to the head about compassion recently. Mary Trump wrote about her uncle's core childhood trauma.
Oh,
And what happened was that when he was 2.5, his mother got really, really sick and was bedridden for like a year, couldn't look after him. She was basically locked in her room, well, between her room and hospital. I'm not exactly sure which. And he was 2.5 and was left to the tender cares of his whacked out psycho father, who really didn't care about him.
Yeah.
Didn't want to have anything to do with him. as I understand it, there weren't even any nannies or aunties or anybody around that he could go to. So here's this 2.5-year-old who is in the middle of forming attachments.
Yeah.
Who has nobody to speak to him, to reflect himself back to him so he can develop a being. And ever since then, when I see him on TV, I look at him, and this was just like in the last week. Now when I see him on TV, I think, oh, that poor baby. That poor, lonely little baby who's now looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
And leaving a swath of destruction behind him where nothing is real because he doesn't understand reality because he, at a very formative stage, didn't experience it. Yeah.
If you ever wondered why the darkness is always coming to us individually, darkness isn't attracted to darkness, but rather it's drawn to the brightest light around. Give it to Gaia to transmute itself.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And not all darkness is bad, but the darkness that, comes, that's out there, that's not meant for the darkness that's not meant for us, that it does not belong to us, needs to be redirected to Mother Gaia. So yeah, I'm transmuted. That's beautiful, Jonathan. But you're right. I mean, every time we watch TV and I just want to, excuse me, vomit in my mouth. I mean, I just can't, I just get, so full of hatred. But when you said that poor baby, we all start out as innocent, pure, loving beings.
We do.
Well, you know what I think about is our world, how our world is. And when I was growing up, because I'm old by some
all grown up. You're all grown up now.
Yeah, I'm all
Miss
grown
Crone.
up. But anyway,
lady.
when I was a child,
Crone like that.
Mothers were able to stay at home with their children during their formative years.
Yes.
And of course, now, I mean, back then there were parents that didn't care and did not nurture. But now, in order to survive, both parents have to work. Children are put into daycare, and you hope you choose a good place. And then these children grow up, and they're missing pieces in their development, to be empathetic and to care for other people. And I think that's one of the problems of our world. I mean, I certainly don't know what the answer is, but, I look at my grandchildren and they have they are cherished and they have every opportunity. I mean, their parents go out of their way to nurture them and to allow them to do the things that they, are drawn to as far as their development and what they want to do. Other children are just lost in the shuffle and get none of that. And then they grow up into these people that don't know how to nurture their children.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like a vicious cycle. And I mean, that's the world that we live in. And that's why I think it's so important, to try and be the light, just, small everyday things when you get out and about, to show that even in dark times, there are things to be happy about. There are things to, embrace. And cherish. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And I think Kuan Yin could be one of those too. And with the full moon tonight, the super moon, this is a good time to do a lot of releasing, a lot of letting go. And one of the things that I'm going to be maybe I hate using the word devil's advocate, but there are those of us, even though what our development in childhood was like, can see what we are doing and continue not to go upon the right path. Some are so damaged that maybe they can't see that, and this is the only way that they know, and that's what they become.
Yeah.
But like with his family, with Mary, at least she was able to step back and say, I am going to end this cycle in the family with me, at least with my part.
Yeah.
Whereas the others know exactly what is going on and what they're doing, and they choose to live, in that place. Well, I want to say in that heart space, but sometimes, like, do they really even have a heart?
Well,
But that's not for me to judge if they do or not, but just by their actions, their words, their deeds. And hey, Robert, hey, Bobby. So on both sides, yes, the traumatized child, how they were mistreated and how they carried on as they got older, but still at some point you're going to see the reflections of the way of one is living, where I think there's opportunities that spirit presents itself, and there are those of us who take that opportunity to let go of that trauma and to become a better person and say, I'm going to end this here with me, or continue down
Mm-hmm.
the path, kind of like
yeah,
the white wolf, the black wolf story.
yeah. Yeah, and in some cases, the trauma can be so foundational that you actually have to build yourself, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a lifetime journey. That's what that is. That's a lifetime of therapy, because
Mm-hmm.
the window has closed because you're not, a year and a half old, or 2.5, or whatever. You're not that age anymore, and that window's closed. That developmental window's closed. So you have to spend a long time and a lot of therapy doing that. It's totally worth it. But for a lot of people, that's just not possible.
Well, tonight is the full moon. And so
Mm-hmm.
what can we collectively do to make things better on an
Prayer.
on an individual
Intention
basis? Is get
ourselves.
out there and connect with Gaia, connect with
Mm-hmm.
Kuan Yin.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
I pulled out my card. I know Nancy has a beautiful Kuan Yin deck by Alana Fairchild. I just brought. Stop licking my hand. I can't picture right now. So I just pulled out this one here for Kuan Yin. I have to say this one makes me feel a little empty. I love Jenna Della Gratalia's artwork, but for me, Mother. I mean, well, some people, well, she's considered the Mother Mary of the East. So for me, Kuan Yin's very much the mother. And some people say the word Mary or Marie was like is it a synonym? Yes, a synonym for women of a very tender, compassionate, empathetic. But with Kuan Yin, she looks a little too cold for me, a little unfeeling. To me, she could have done better on that card. But I do have my page open for Kuan Yin. Would you ladies like me to read it?
Sure.
Okay. Um, and just really quick, yes, Robert Fierro Terrace here. That's Bobby. Hello, Holly. Holly Deshane has joined us. So everyone, yes, Jonathan, do an act of kindness every day. I had to go into Walmart today, and there was somebody walking around with "Make America Great Again." And I went and I just gave him the evil eye, and I walked away and I said, I just failed. I was supposed to look at them with kindness and compassion, and I dropped the ball today. But our one Walmart here is just that the energy is so heavy and dense. It's not an excuse. So I really do need to learn. Not only Mother Mary's, Kuan Yin's, all of these mother goddesses. We really um,
Because love heals, and whatever wounds are driving this kind of behavior, um, love heals.
mm-hmm, it does. In time. Sometimes it's not overnight.
Oh, no, it's never overnight. Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah. So shall we read? You're going to be good boys so we can read about Kuan Yin. You're going to join me? Okay.
I
So,
have a couple of pictures from the deck that one of the decks that I have out that I really like of Kuan Yin.
and Let me put you on the big screen. There
This
we go.
one, this is Mother Fierce. And this one, I love this one, is the Lotus Throne.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
And then this one is Drink from the Emerald Fountain.
Ooh.
She has beautiful artwork in that deck.
She really does. I have the mini deck, and I like it because the messages are on the back of the card, you know, whereas most decks have them in the book, you know. So
Did you want to share those now, or did you want me to read this first? What would you like to do, Nancy?
oh no, you read it. I was
All
just
right.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, I was just wondering if you wanted to share those favorite cards and then read the message on the back, and then I'll go and do this.
Oh
Did you
no,
want to do that?
no. I just thought I would use these if we have time to read.
Okay. I should read a few cards, shouldn't we? Yes. Okay, so let's be a good boy. And so from my Goddess Days, Kuan Yin is day 13 out of the year. She put her in. So, all righty. You hear the birdies? Nope. He just wants attention. So Kuan Yin, develop the will and wisdom to follow your inner calling. Kuan Yin, the goddess of abiding compassion, is the most revered deity in the Chinese pantheon. Kuan means earth, and Yin is the dynamic female life force. Kuan Yin's strength, like silk, is disguised in softness. She is often shown riding a dolphin, a unique vision of women's wild strength. She who rides yet doesn't control the untamable forces of life holds the key to happiness. Her gift of tranquility is the secret that is no secret. The potential for deep understanding, compassionate wisdom, and courageous, empowered action are present within you at all times. You are born of wholeness, conception, and completion at the center of the seed. Accepting and honoring all of who you are is Kuan Yin's healing power of compassion at play. Call on Kuan Yin today in the quiet moments between a sigh and a deep breath. That's beautiful. I love that. Take a few moments to practice compassionate, healing prayer. Imagine unconditional love streaming from her, entering your body at your navel. Feel it travel through you. When you've taken all you need, direct the energy out through the top of your head. Send healing love to whomever and wherever you want. Make offerings of gratitude to Kuan Yin on your altar. Keep your thoughts positive and you'll see the results in a close relationship. And her affirmation is, divine love lives within me. The miraculous beauty of my own being comforts me. I create supportive environments that foster self-expression and affirm my value. And that was Kuan Yin for that book. So,
Love that.
and something that was really interesting, when I was at Walmart today, there was a woman on her phone. And I remember finding it really annoying because sometimes people have their conversations for everybody to hear. And she's going, no, it's the word silk, SILK, into her phone. And I started reading that. It said Kuan Yin strength like silk. And I was just, that struck me just now because I was just mentioning how I didn't have it's hard to have compassion for some folks, especially when, I'm in a place like that. And then that one word, one of the things that was annoying about, end up being, it just, to me, it's not a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Bobby says, I'm currently focusing on the Great Goddess Oracle deck. My goddess, they're gorgeous. Yes, if you haven't seen, Bobby, I think Kuan Yin is in your deck. Bobby did a flip through on his channel. The artwork. Each goddess gets 2 cards, and it was created by Lucy Cavendish.
Oh.
and I think Kuan Yin was in there. There were some Celtic goddesses that I was just like, she included like Bluetooth and a couple of other ones. So I was really, so that's a beautiful. Oh, she is not included. Okay.
Heather, is Kuan Yin in the Goddesses of the World deck?
No, she isn't. I don't think so.
I just wondered because I haven't had that deck very long. I'm not, that well acquainted with it,
I think she's one of the main ones that they left out. Let me just grab the
Give me
book.
a second, I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. Here, let me take a look at the front here. I don't think she is. Let's see. Okay, so where is the? I thought there was a an index in the beginning for all the goddesses that were included.
Well, I could have looked. I didn't mean
Yeah,
to have to go through.
Well, I
just
knew
thought
exactly
maybe
where
you
the deck
remembered,
was. I don't think she's one of them in here. To be honest, there were a lot of. Let's see. I think she does go by alphabetical order. So, J. There's a jockey.
Ah.
But nope. No Kuan Yin.
I have I'm woefully unprepared. I have the Goddess Power deck, and Kuan Yin is in here.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on for a second while I find her page. Oh, we read about her already.
Well, I read from the other.
I have the wild Kuan Yin deck.
I read from this one. I didn't read from the Colette book. My thing, but the Kuan Yin, the one that we both have, is that she doesn't look very compassionate. Her face feels very cold and
I agree, and that's perhaps why it took a while for it to register for me. But I really like. Oh, and again, I can't read this with those glasses. I have to have my special up close glasses. Compassion is what's needed right now to help you release perfectionism and defensiveness. The purpose of compassion is to help reduce suffering in the world. So be mindful not to judge yourself or others too harshly as you stumble through life's obstacle course. Oh my God, I feel that so.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, turning into the energy of compassion and kindness almost instantly eradicates the stirred up energy of controlling thoughts and knee-jerk behaviors. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese goddess of compassion, Kuan Yin, offers a gentle nudge to ask yourself this question: what would kindness do in this situation? If you approach everything with that in mind, you will discover solutions and new paths unfolding before you. In fact, living with compassion as your guide really changes everything, right down to the products you buy and the food you eat. Today, make kindness a priority. The world will be a better place, and you will feel amazing as you see the miracles light up where you least expect them.
Wow, that's beautiful.
It goes on
She's
to
a good writer. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, she's actually. I follow her on YouTube as well, and her decks have a great deal of meaning for me. I find them easy to use and really easy to connect with for me, and very, very accessible. Although I agree with you, I'm not crazy about the image of Kuan Yin.
Yeah, I was like, she's not approachable. I don't feel additional love coming from her.
She looks like she's about to jump on her horse and ride off with her bow and arrow.
Yeah.
It's a weird image. Very beautiful, but also very weird.
Mhm.
Um,
Now, I would have seen something like that for maybe like Tiamat, or one of the other, more like warrior, you know, um,
yeah.
goddesses, because of that, that it's like she's ready for battle. She's
I
like,
see
ready.
strength. I see strength. I see resolution. I see focus. I see directed action. I see all of that kind of stuff. And I think maybe that's the challenge, is to apply all of that to compassion.
Yeah.
You know,
Um,
maybe that's the challenge. Anyway, that's my contribution to the card conversation, because that's that's it.
so, ladies, Holly asked a question, and people in chat have not heard of this guide. And Linda, maybe you have. Has
What?
anyone heard of a guide named Sashu?
Well, um, if it's your guide, Holly, I would never have heard anything about him or her or it or them. Your guides are your guides. Angels, again, if it's an archangel or one of the like better known sort of angels, the more archetypal kind of angels, then yeah, maybe. But even then, there's lots of them that we don't know about. And if it's your personal guardian angel, no, never heard of them. So what context is this? Like, I haven't heard of anyone, or okay, so humanity does have guides, but they're mostly gods and goddesses and that level.
She is not my guide. She has been around. What do you
She's
mean
been
by
around
she's been around?
because
Okay.
you know that your guides step in and out, right? Like you have guides that step in for a specific, either a specific task or a specific period in your life, or some specific growth that they're supposed to help you do. Well, specific task, right? And they're not usually your angels, your birth angels are permanent, but your guides probably aren't. They may not be, depends on you and your life path. But they're not necessarily permanent. They'll rotate in and out as necessary. And you can call in help, like you can call in, I need a guide to help me organize my house. I need a guide to help me get through. Yeah, me too. I need a guide to help me get through navigating this particular relationship. I need you can say that. So she might have been in another life. Yeah, she might have been. Yep.
Yep.
Because your guides don't necessarily stay with you from one life to the next either, because you have different life paths and different choices, and you make different contracts. So, but you can always
Guides and angels for help. Yep.
always, they're always there. They've got nothing else to do but help us. So give them a job.
I don't know. I've been asking them to give me some winning numbers, but that hasn't really been working out.
Well,
I'm glad they have a sense of humor up there when I say stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I say it quite seriously. With no sense of humor whatsoever. Give me the lotto. I want it. I ask for parking spots. I have angels that I say, okay, parking angels, work your magic. I don't want to have to walk 3 blocks. I have, when I get in the car to go somewhere, I always ask the Pathfinder angels to come and help me and make sure that I don't stray from the path and drive around a roundabout 3 times to find the right street to, never mind. Anyway, yeah. So,
exactly.
Yeah, it's true, Jonathan. Some guides have been with us for multiple lifetimes.
Jackie.
But that's not, Jackie, that's very sweet. Thank you. But that's not necessarily the case. They may not. It all depends on what you've decided. It's what the contract is, because you do have a contract with your guides. The ones that rotate in and out as much as all the rest of them, that like that's all set up. So,
Yes. So I may have to work on that with them.
so I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I set all this up, but yeah, okay. Um, yeah.
But
Yeah, you could call on them, Heather.
when,
Like,
when I'm out driving, I'm like, if I know I have to make a difficult left-hand turn into the boulevard is extremely busy at certain times during the day. If I have to make a left-hand turn, it's just like I'll know immediately if they tell me no, go back that way and around, take the longer way, or if I start to pull up, no, they'll be able to help me and I'll pull up. I'll be like, okay, I'll wait. Just give me the right opportunity. Let somebody and boom. Usually I don't have to wait very long, and all of a sudden a little pocket opens up and I'm able to pull out. So they definitely, help
yeah,
with
I
that.
think they help me too. Yeah, and for drive, well, here anyway, sometimes traffic is really crazy.
She said, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, I wasn't going to read it. I just was very muttering to myself.
No, that's why I love putting these up there so we can read them and share. But she goes, I'm well protected. They are my strength. I like how she says she seemed very intentional, like she's trying to get
Yeah,
you your attention.
yeah.
Maybe write automatic writing and see, what comes out and ask her for a message through automatic writing.
That's how I get my messages very often.
There's also, if you want to speak to her I find speaking to my guides in dreams very unreliable because I
Me too.
don't necessarily remember them. And if I do remember a dream, it's like all chopped up and weird
Exactly. Me too.
it doesn't feel like any message but I hope that my unconscious has the gist of the message so that I
Hmm.
can access it when I need to. But yeah, dream messages from guides, I can't rely on that.
I wish that I could remember more of my dreams. I mean, I know that I dream, but I mean, sometimes when I sleep really, really deeply, I'll wake up in the morning and I'm exhausted. I mean, I have no idea where where I've been or what I did.
Yeah.
Hard work, I know.
Yeah.
Like you feel like you've been in class studying quantum physics all night. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Cracking your skull. I know that feeling well.
Okay, so I'm going to star you, Jackie, but we have a new person in chat, Surviving Sunshine, Morning Ray. Hello. And how do you feel about the Lady Grape? I don't know who this is.
I have no idea what this is about. I've never heard of it.
We're talking today about Kuan Yin. And we're doing divine feminine messages. So we don't have, I personally have no knowledge of who this person is. So none of us can answer that for you.
I've never heard of
Sunshine.
her.
So
I'm going to write it down though and see if I can find something on her, after this live and just see,
And let's see. And Mama Sushi is here. Amanda, Twisted Sushi. I've heard to use iron to help with that, Nancy. It can stop astral traveling when sleeping, which a lot of people say makes them tired when they wake up. But I don't know. Maybe we're supposed to astral travel. We're supposed to be doing things. Maybe we're not. Maybe you just know intentionally within, like, if it's too much, maybe just ask your guides to kind of cut back on the extra work that I have to do, and just let me get a couple extra nights sleep or something. And usually when I'm like you, Linda, I wake up and it's just, I've had so many that it's like a blur, and it's choppy. So when I go to sleep at night, it's my attention's always there. Whatever is most important for me to remember, even if it's a snapshot or a feeling, and that way I'll know to maybe pay attention for the next day or two in case that's something important.
A couple of weeks ago, I was meditating and I had my eyes closed, and all of a sudden there was like this smoke that was different colors, and they were like interchanging, kind of not braiding exactly. And on the right hand side, there were all of these, like these lit up, like codes or something, these letters that I couldn't read. I mean, I
have those.
didn't know what
No, oh, I forgot to mute myself, but I've had those where you read something and you can't. It's like a code. You can't read it. I can't
yeah,
make it out in
and
my
they were
sleep.
going really, really fast, you know, and I opened my eyes and then I closed my eyes again and the same thing came back. And there were all of these, I mean, it was just very strange. That had never happened to me before. I don't know what it meant, but anyhow,
Oh yeah,
maybe I'll find out.
maybe because I'll have dreams where I'm trying to show people in my dream, look what we can do in the future, and I try pulling stuff up on my phone, and all you see, or I'm trying to find something for myself in my dream, and everything that appears in the space bar or in whatever is all coming out. It's like a black background and just white jarble.
Well, I
There's
was
like you can't read.
meditating. I wasn't dreaming. I don't know.
And I wake up. Oh, bye, Bobby. Thanks for being here. And let's see. T. Lynn said at Twisted Sushi, has to be reasonable limits on astral travel. Spirit has to understand our human bodies need rest in order to function. Yep. So I would ask your guides to help you. And if you feel that they may not be hearing you or you may need a little extra help, if iron helps you, then use the iron. And that's something new that I learned today. And maybe the ladies can also.
Thank you, Amanda.
So let's see. Surviving Sunshine says her name was the Lady Gray Dancer before she converted to Christianity. And now her YouTube name is her real name, Tequila Aguayo. Aguayo. Okay. So yeah, I don't know who she is. I'm sorry. So somebody ready for Jackie?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jackie.
I'm still trying to.
How many cards are we pulling?
At like every week, whatever many you're drawn to pull.
Right. I just.
I mean, unless it's like a 12 card, Celtic cross spread with 5 or 6,
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, so let me put.
I'm reading from the Goddess Power deck because I am, and you have Ellen, which is patterns. Here we go again. Have you noticed patterns in your life that lead to positive experiences? Developing positive habits introduces new patterns into the fabric of reality and will support your dreams as they take form in the material world. It takes awareness and discipline to make this happen, but you can do it. It's time to allow the experience of a new happiness. If you do, the Celtic goddess of paths and patterns, Ellen, will show you a new way to your dreams. All manner of miracles are possible. Oh, I love that for you, Jackie. Now is also the time to build bridges across any divides with others that have temporarily separated you. Your path is clear. The way will be shown as you make new choices for your life with a goddess known as Ellen of the Ways as your happy guide. So don't fall asleep at the wheel of your life.
Ooh, there you go. And Surviving Sunshine, not today, sweetheart. Again, we are talking about the Divine Feminine today, and we're pulling message cards for anybody who would like a message from the Divine Feminine in any of her forms. And that might be for a different show, but we appreciate you popping in and hanging out with us. So let's see. And we don't do, okay, so let me see. Oh, I see what okay, so she's not, okay, so yeah, we don't do third parties here. Thank you, Amanda. I was thinking again that this lady was like a guest or spirit, but
Mm.
So really quick too, T. Lynn said, "Curious Nancy, I had similar recently. Closed eyes and saw a door with bright white neon light coming from behind it. Nothing else." So already caught up, and so we are still reading for Jackie. And let me put Nancy in the big seat. Thank you, Linda.
Well, Jackie, when I
Welcome.
was shuffling, I drew a Kuan Yin card for you, but from the I have a new deck, the Golden Keys of Gaia, and this one flew out, and it's the card of compassion. Show compassion now, dear one, and try to understand another's point of view. And I love that. I think that's a beautiful card for you. The Kuan Yin card that came out for you, Jackie, is Many Hands of the Goddess. The goddess Kuan Yin brings blessings to multiple projects in many different parts of your life and consciousness, beloved. She is not limited to one task at a time. Do not be afraid to surrender into her guiding wisdom and creative genius, for there is much that you can accomplish together, and she is assisting you now. And the third card is from the Healing Spirits Oracle. Spirit healers and helpers are with you. And I love this. If you can see all of them working, and they're the little the light at the very, it almost looks like a crystal, doesn't it? The white light there.
Yeah.
That's what I have for you, Jackie.
Okay, I'll be with you just a second.
Is that the Kuan Yin deck?
This
Nancy?
is the it's the pocket size one, and it has the messages on the back. Now the large version, which I do not have, has a bigger cards, and there's just a regular back on it, and you have to go to the book, to get the
Oh, okay.
That's nice. I like that. And Jackie says, "Yes, well, thank you so much." And Diane G has joined us.
Hi, Diane.
Hello, Diane. And let's see, she said, "Ooh, nice for your reading, Linda." So, and she says, "Love that." Okay, and alrighty. So, Jackie, I pulled White Buffalo Calf Woman for you.
Ooh.
From the Goddesses of the World deck.
Oh,
And it's about, and her message in here is striving for harmony. This deity from the Lakota people imparts the value of harmony and reverence for all life forms. Observe the interconnectedness of nature and the insights of the animal realm. Allow her essence to motivate your pursuit of harmony and empathy across varied cultures and individuals. And we read on White Buffalo Calf Woman last month. And so she is an extremely powerful indigenous. I don't know if I would not necessarily call her a goddess. That's something that Ange was teaching Nancy and I last week, that some cultures don't refer to their deities as goddesses. It may be a spiritual deity. It may be I don't know what else that they might, like African with Orisha. So I don't know necessarily in the Lakota people consider her a goddess or a deity, but she is extremely powerful. I just love the artwork for her on this card. And we just recently had a white buffalo that was born. And so from my Wild Woman Rising Oracle, I got Create Your Own Paradise. So moving forward with that empathy, not just for yourself but others. And it was mentioned cultivating because White Buffalo Calf Woman showed her people how to harvest, how to plant, harvest. So we are cultivating. So you're cultivating a new path, a new life, a new presence. I don't know what that means. Presence, creating your own paradise. So the presence feels like it's not just okay, it's your own. It's like not necessarily the inner child, but it's like your inner essence. You're creating, and you're planting. And this, with this full moon, this could very well be where you're starting to see harvesting, and that you're seeing the plants growing, and you're starting to harvest that, and the essence that comes from that harvest, you take within you to create this beautiful paradise for yourself. And I love how she's got those concentric circles going in and tapping in and opening her third eye. And the last card I have from you is from, because it was Kuan Yin being the goddess of compassion today, and about peace, I brought my Unshakable Inner Peace Oracle cards. And you got the collective field is impacting you, unseen forces in action. And this could be something you might want to journal. Jackie, how can you relinquish control of the situation that feels blocked? So if you feel that you're feeling blocked, maybe start writing down just words, not necessarily channeling, but again, go into that essence, that spirit essence tonight of yours that's coming out. Tap into that and have that conversation. It's like the essence swirling around, bringing the light, the dark coming together, both sides, and being open now during this full moon, the super blue full moon, and maybe tapping into that energy and finding out what it is that's causing you to be blocked, and not even thinking about what you're writing. Just let whatever words pop out and see at some point which words resonate the most with you, or maybe in a couple days. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Yes. And let's see. I pulled that card the other day. Oh, I just love this deck. This was a gift from Tropical Empress to me, the Wild Woman Rising. I'm so happy with my deck. Thank you, my dear. That really resonates. Okay. You're welcome, my dear. And next up, we have none other than Tropical Empress in Spirit, Amanda. So,
Okay.
Oh, Heather, I just wanted to mention that when I was shuffling, a card flew out, and I have a reading for the collective when we're done with our readings.
okay. We
Okay.
can do a collective. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I got. But anyway, this is for Amanda. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see what we've got for Amanda.
I can see her in her chair right now. Ooh, I can't wait. Let's see what we get.
Okay, I'm ready because I'm only doing one
Absolutely.
card. Just give me a second to get myself. Oops, here we go. Okay, so the card that I have for you, Amanda, is Sophia, Wisdom.
Ooh.
Human wisdom comes from personal experience, but divine wisdom is unknown to our life experience. When we ask for help, we are asking for guidance from a source greater than us, a great unknowable mystery. When we receive it, it is often life-altering and affects us in ways beyond our comprehension. The Gnostic goddess Sophia, who brought the material world into being, arrives to show you how fate and destiny operate in relationship to synchronicity. When you least expect it, opportunities and meanings spring up as if out of nowhere. Your life begins to work out, and you sense your alignment with a higher purpose and power. Trust you are divinely protected and directed. Practice the act of faith before results. This is an essential key in co-creating your world. I love that for you, Amanda. Faith before results.
And Rain has joined us. Hello, Rain, my dear. And she's
Rain.
like, ooh. So unless that was, her reacting to Rain saying that she's making spaghetti. So that sounds good. So Nancy.
Well, Amanda, I have 3 cards for you, and the first card came out, and I put it back in the deck, and it came out again. So this is
It's a
definitely
keeper.
for you. It's the card of forgiveness, and it says, "Let go and forgive. It's time to move on." That's the first card.
And Wanda
The
agrees.
second card is
Wanda
rest,
had something to say about that.
still, and listen.
Mhm.
And the final card, I love this for you, and maybe you realize this about yourself. It is the card of Kuan, Immortal Treasures.
Oh,
Within you are precious immortal treasures, gifts of your soul, which include the ability you have to transmit healing. Honor yourself as a healer. Whether formally or informally, your soul brings a special healing light to humanity. You have divine support in your role as a healer. In whatever way, usual or highly unusual, that this is unfolding for you right now. So I don't know if you are aware, we're aware of this, but Kuan Yin says that you are a healer.
I got the big chills on that.
This is the first time I've drawn this card. I mean, I've read with it many times, but this is the first time this card came out. And that's what I have for you, Amanda.
Wow. I know Nancy, Wanda agrees. When you read that, Wanda went, "Ah!" And I'm like, yep.
Yeah,
She
she sure
agrees.
did.
And I wasn't pinching her.
Let's see. So Amanda says, at Linda, that is so beautiful. Thank you. It resonates. And for Nancy, so beautiful. And it does resonate. No, I didn't know that. Thank you. So there you go. And they're talking about spaghetti. I already had some pasta today, so that's all out of my system.
Y'all are making
Amanda.
me hungry.
Yeah. So I'm going to save this card for last, and I'm going to pull, read first, the goddesses of the world. I pulled Tiamat for you. And Tiamat, is somebody that's not to be taken lightly. She exudes, to me, I'm not reading the book yet, but for me, from what I've known, especially with her dragon spirit, she is one that was part, I believe, of the creation of Earth. She has the power to move mountains, to create tsunamis. She is the one that can alter the face of the Earth. Okay, she has that power within her, and but with her, she knows when to use it, and knows when to rein it in a little bit, but not in a passive aggressive. I don't know where this is coming from, but not in a passive aggressive manner. It's like holding back and knowing that you have your power. You know what you can say. It makes me think of your video that you did yesterday, Amanda, that I watched when you were sharing the story about going into the Easter sermon. You know how you said you were sitting there and those feelings you were having with what the preacher was saying. That kind of energy, like you were able to sit there, you held your power, you held your tongue, but you knew that there was a time and place to release that energy, and you were able to do that. That was kind of like, to me, that feels like very Tiamat energy. And let's see, she's the original mother of the dragons. Okay, there you go. Now I'm getting chills from that. And
Yeah.
so that's power. So with Tiamat here in the book, it says, find beauty in creation. The Babylonian goddess of chaos and creation reminds you of the transformative power of welcoming the unknown. Invite the energy of change into your life and the creative force of chaos. Just as Tiamat birthed new life, let her guidance inspire you to embrace the ever-changing nature of its existence. And the card from the Wild Woman Rising is going to come up next, and that's about digging deep. So I think this is about getting rooted, digging deep, getting into nature, searching your roots. To me, this feels like start exploring your roots, start exploring your I know part healing is part of that, your healing ancestry, but really digging in and finding your roots to your ancestors through your past lives, and start following the roots. And I know some of it's going upwards, but so the upwards could very well be star beings as well. So it's like many roots. So that's really interesting. So for some reason, I had to pull from the Collect, Bear, and Read the Good Tarot, and I got the Emperor card. And we are in Leo season, and we just did have that 8/8 portal. And the Emperor, of course, is about authority, and leadership. But I wanted to see what Colette said about this. So I've got some things highlighted. So following the rules right now is exactly what I should be doing. People in authority come to my aid and give me good advice when I ask for it. I can have the strong confidence that this card suggests. Dealing with institutions like banks, governments, or schools are also highlighted at this time. So this could very well people coming to you for your guidance. They're coming to your videos because you're sharing your story. You're giving them a safe space to be able to come and listen to yours and know that they are not alone and that they can share with you in chat. You're someone that they can relate to, that they can look up to. So stay within that energy, tap into that mother dragon goddess energy, and dig deep. Start exploring the healing and everything else that comes with your ancestry. Because I feel as you're developed more and you're in tune more and connected more, it's going to be interesting where you find those roots and where they lead. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Let me set this aside. I got cards all over the place. Cards. So, alrighty. And I don't want to mix them up. And hello, Dolly. Well, hello, Dolly. So let me see. Let me just back up a little bit. Amanda, I'm here, but just listening. I'm working on a sewing project. Oh, okay. So Allison's saying hi to Amanda. Okay, beautiful. Hi, beautiful Allison. And yeah, Jonathan, I did not know she's considered the mother of dragons. Let's see. Tiamat does resonate with me in what you said. Okay. The second card resonates too. Well, that's good. Means I'm doing something right. So they're still talking about food. Let's see, Sophia Loren diet. Oh wow, she's beautiful. And we are at 6:08. Ladies, do you have enough time and energy to do a card pull for Dolly? She's requesting one.
Sure.
All righty. So Dolly, perfect timing. And Amanda says, thank you, beautiful ladies. At Linda, Nancy, and Heather, everything resonated deeply. Thank you so much. I got chills. And yes, I did, Jackie. I saw Dolly's me. Thank you, my dear. Oh, and Jonathan says that Emperor makes me think of Sekhmet. Ooh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I see that.
Mm-hmm. Are you ready, Miss Nancy?
I am.
Well, that was quick.
I
But
know.
Nancy's quick on the draw.
Yeah, I just shuffled furiously here. Dolly, two cards jumped out of the Gaia deck. So I will read them both, honor them both. The first one says, listen closely. Your human shell is calling for your attention. Listen to your body. And the second one is the card that is winds of change. Great winds of change are forecast ahead, guiding you in a completely new direction. Don't be afraid. Allow yourself to be led by the breeze with ease.
Ooh, she's pretty.
Those are messages from Gaia. And your Kuan Yin message is the lotus throne. It takes courage to trust your inner light, to ascend the throne of your own inner spiritual authority, especially if the light of others around you seem more powerful than your own at times. You are being asked to trust the light within. Above all, have faith in your own heart. Know that the divine dwells within, is with you always. I love that for you, Dolly.
Okay, let me just really quick so I don't accidentally time anybody out. Judith just joined us and she asked for me if it wasn't too late because that chat jumps and I hate when I accidentally time people out because of the way it jumps.
All right, we put Judith on the list.
So for you, Dolly, I have Rhea, and she rules flow, or she represents flow. Sometimes you may feel yourself in a stagnant state where nothing seems to be moving. The flow between you and the universe is blocked. This can happen when you fear that your desires won't be met, and also when things are moving quickly and seemingly in a different direction from what you expected. The goddess Rhea reminds you that when you trust the flow state, you'll find an opportunity to flow around a bend you've not discovered yet. Her alignment task for you is to let go of the branch and allow yourself to be carried on the river of your life into parts of the river you have not yet traveled through. She will ensure that although you will experience unfamiliar and unexpected things, releasing the form of it all will only result in the discovery of magic and miracles. Let go and let the flow do the rest. You'll be amazed at how effortless life becomes, which is another way of saying trust.
Going with the flow. Beautiful.
Yep.
And everybody really tap into that beautiful full moon energy. We won't be able to see it because we've got clouds. But even if you can't see it, just open up and just feel that energy and let it just, take that power and harness it and really manifest whatever it is that you want to do. Any changes that you want to bring in. And hello, Moon Fox Night. Welcome, welcome. And so, Dolly, I pulled from the same deck and I got Heisha for you. And Heisha is all about the home and hearth. And there's an apartment message and alignment message. And I was told to go to the alignment message for you. And I said, well, that's interesting. Little Freudian slip there. So for the alignment message, Dolly, are you surrounded by clutter in your home or work? Do you have objects or clothes that have negative stories attached to them? Every object holds energy and tells a specific story. The pants that don't fit shame you. The gift from an ex-partner taunts you with disappointment or resentment. The books you will never read shout at you. Who needs this cacophony? The goddess Heisha, who rules the hearth, offers you this alignment task. Do the thorough house cleaning. Declutter and make space in your environment. Do the same for your mind, too. Your mind might be cluttered with old stories that have no value for you now. And I feel like this is where the energy, needs to be focused on, Dolly. Walk away from situations you don't belong in. Get rid of all of it. Sounds like what I'm going through, Dolly. We're in this together, girl. When you remove the superfluous, I can never say this word properly. When you remove the superfluous distractions, it's amazing how your intentions come together like magic. Make space for the miracles of the goddess Heisha has in store for you. Yes, it takes work, but it's worth it. So that was your goddess card and your message from her. And this one here, and this could very well go with letting things go, working around the house, in your personal life, energetically. And this is one that always makes me chuckle. Hold true to your vision. So she's of the sea, and she's got that tentacle flapped right on her nose, kind of like, to me it's like playful. She's like, nope, I'm staying focused. I got my eyes. You got to keep your eyes on the pride, and it says hold true to your vision, no matter what distractions might be plopped on your head or on your shoulders. But hold true to your vision. And I pulled from the unshakable inner strength, and I have, again, eliminate distractions. Avoid the distractions. Stop shining light on things that you are not. How can you reclaim your power? That might be something you want to journal. How can you reclaim your power? And that goes right along with Heisha, saying clean house physically, mentally, emotionally. Take this full moon energy and just start shining light and cleansing and letting things go. And that's what I have for you, my dear. And let's see. Oh, I saw that. Gerald popped in. Hello, Gerald. And a quick little side note here. Gerald and Linda will be a guest on Ramon's channel, Moon Scarab, this evening for Blue Super Moon readings. So make sure to check out those two lovely folks with Ramon. And let me see. Wanda is the white bird you see on the screen. Oh, someone was asking about who's the white bird.
Oh, yes, this is Wanda. She's a Gotham's cockatoo. She's 20 years old and is recovering. Well, she'll be forever. She's going through some hard times with her health right now, but she's working up 231 grams yesterday.
Ooh, that's awesome.
It's
you
all
go, Wanda.
Her mama gives her.
Yes.
Fattening her up with Thanksgiving turkey.
Oh. And Dolly says, thank you, Linda. It resonates. And Nancy, you got to read for Dolly, right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to make sure that I didn't, because when I start to read, I sometimes get a little distracted when you're trying to watch chat and read. Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's why I have Nightbot, because I can't manage it by myself. And I still sometimes, so,
Yes. I mean, we all do that, Dolly. All of us right now with so much going on in the world. It's easy to, just kind of get lost in everything.
That book declutter really spoke to me. I hold on to books, but I have, I need to get rid of a lot of books. Somebody else can enjoy them.
You know where my books are now?
Yeah.
Kindle. And nobody shames me for having 400 books.
Wow.
Yeah.
All righty.
What are the kind of books I like to read, science fiction? Yeah.
I'm finally working on another one. So we'll see if I get to finish it this time. And yes, Agador, the other bird is in his cage. So Nancy, you can hear her bird. That's Agador Spartacus. And then we have the beautiful Wanda right here.
Yes.
So,
she's she has a hairy fit if I leave her in a cage when there's people talking.
Mm-hmm. And so our last reading before let me just go ahead and make sure that I can put that the questions are closed now for the evening. So in case anybody pops in and I can't find there they are. There we go. And then we'll have time
for Judith. I've got her cards.
Yep. Uh-oh, what are you laughing?
Okay.
But Nancy, you
have 400
books. Giggle.
And I have more than 400 tarot stash. We both know that. Okay. That's just the number that popped out of my mouth.
Now, any different than having over 400 decks, right? Insert fan through. And then I don't have one. Okay, I'm sorry, Nancy.
Well, my room is organized, Judith, but I have books everywhere on shelves, not just in here. This is just my metaphysical stuff. The first card that I have for you from Kuan Yin is the Gates of Heaven. And Kuan Yin says, All beings have an ultimate spiritual destiny of happiness and freedom. Yet some can become frightened of divine love and believe it will do better to hide from it instead of moving towards it. Sometimes we need to help beings find their way to the light by holding peace and unconditional love in our hearts as we pray for the good that all creatures deserve. The second card is the card of awakening. Live in the moment. And I love this. The swan's wings almost look like angel wings, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And the hair that's closed. This is Bridget. And look at the fire that she's holding. Card of awakening. That's a beautiful card for you, Judith. And the final card is happiness is freedom from fear. And Judith, I want you to look at the image on this card. The way I see it is you are the being with your arms out, and your guides and angels are holding you. And, it's easy to get caught up into fear, but what you have to remember is that your team love you dearly, and they are always there for you. And, commune with them, draw closer to them, because they've got you. They've got you. And I think this is a very powerful message that's coming through for you, Judith. So, just embrace their love, and they'll take care of you.
Beautiful. And Judith says, Amen, Nancy. And she also said, I am learning to live in the moment and not in the past. Thank you. And so, Linda.
Well, I have a really interesting card for you, Judith. It's Persephone, inexperience.
She's eating your hair.
I know. She was trying to do me a favor and comb it, but, there's just a little too much for that. The goddess Persephone was forced to pay a high price as restitution for what she thought were innocent actions. Today, she is a wiser goddess and is encouraging you to stop what you're doing and pay attention to the red flags. Don't take a bite of the forbidden fruit unless you're willing to pay the price. The alignment task offered to you by Persephone is simple. If you feel unsure in any way about what is being offered to you, step back and ask, do I have enough knowledge and strength to explore this without attachment to what lies ahead? If the answer is yes, jump in. If the answer is no, consider the wisdom of waiting. For this or something better now manifests for you in divine timing. Don't fall for the seduction. It won't be worth the price.
Wow. And just really quick before I lose it, Gerald said, it's a curated library, Linda.
It is absolutely a curated library. There's nothing in there that I don't want to have in there.
All righty. So, Judith, thank you. Let's take that down. And Judith, she says, okay, Nancy. So she's saying, Nancy, thank you. Very beautiful. And I'm sure yours is going to come up after. I'll keep my eye out for that. And so I got one of my favorite goddesses. When asked if we worked with any goddesses, this was one of them too for a while when I was in Arizona. It's Danu, or pronounced also Thanu, because some of the D's in the Celtic language, the Gaelic language, is pronounced with a TH. So you will see it. Her name also pronounced as Thanu, and she is the mother, one of the mother goddesses, or the mother goddess of the Tuatha, and she is one of my bucket lists, Judith, is to go to Ireland and meet with her, visit with her in her country, in her home. And I love how she's got that beautiful little um, this little seedling that is growing, and it almost looks like a full moon too in her hand. So whatever seedlings that you planted during the new moon, keep encouraging with this full moon for them to sprout and to grow. And when I asked which one, which message, it automatically I heard empowerment. So this is the empowerment message, and her card is about assurance. And it says here, the appearance of the Celtic earth goddess Danu, who gave birth to magic, portends the fulfillment of your desires and the fruition of your dreams. Whatever it is that you're inquiring about, Danu gives her assurance that you're in the process of becoming. Now is the time to trust that whatever you have planted, planned, and worked toward is being lovingly birthed. All you need to do is stay with the flow of events and be ready for your next opportunity. And to go with that, I also pulled from the Wild Woman, engage compassion. And this is not what we're talking about today with Kuan Yin's energy. And I love the deer because the deers are about, their medicines about gentleness, kindness, compassion. And this also makes me think of the goddess Ellen of the Trods that Diana Bowles taught us about. And just that beautiful, just remembering to have compassion for yourself, especially when we're trying to bring things into fruition, projects, plans, changes in our life. And sometimes if it takes after a certain period of time where we start getting like, oh my God, am I ever going to get there? Just having compassion and empathy for yourself to know that you're doing everything that you can with what you have at this time, and things are being birthed anew, especially with this new moon. And from your unshakable inner peace, I got leader of the light. And for a writing prompt for a journal, where are you being called to serve and support others? And this could very well be yourself as well. And there she is. Look what she's looking up at, full moon. So, and I love the crystals, the roses. So get those crystals, any of your magic objects onto your windowsill that you want charged or cleansed. Even in cloud cover, the moon's energy can still come through. All you have to do is just vision that beautiful light coming through the clouds and just enveloping your crystals or whatever sacred objects that you have that you want cleansed and consecrated and purified for the next coming month. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Let me just get myself here put together. And let's see. Alrighty, and we are at 6:28. So, I got to meet Mick Fleetwood a few years ago. Really? So, oh wow. Oh, that ended
Oh,
up burning in Lahina. Oh
Oh,
wow.
that's so sad.
Yeah. Well, because I was saw Stevie Nicks' name earlier with Rhiannon. So yeah. Um, alrighty. So we're going to do a collective, and I know Nancy had a card that pulled out that flew out that she wanted to share. So let's get Nancy in there, and I'll pull a card for the
Well,
collective.
when this came out, I looked at it and, I heard it's for everyone. So I in the past, I have worked with Caradwin, and this card is the card of wisdom. And what it says is remember.
Mm.
And this is, I want to read this. I'm going to hold the card like, let me see. Yeah, this will work like this. Caradwin, ancient Welsh mother goddess, comes to you with her teachings of wisdom. What is it to be wise? How do you harness your wisdom? She tells you that you came into this life as a wise being, and you have spent much of your time forgetting and unlearning. But fear not, for Goddess is here to guide you back to remembering. She will teach you again how to feel wisdom through nature, folklore, stories, and myths. She calls you to realize that wisdom does not reside in the brain, but in the heart. Intelligence may be a path to wisdom, but it is not the destination. In today's world, when storytelling and verbal sharing of old ways is limited, books can be their substitute. Carradine encourages you to read fairy stories, folk tales, mythology, and books about plants and trees. But most of all, she calls you to go out into nature. Let the trees, plants, and animals share with you their wisdom. Goddess says she will come to you at significant times during your life to give you special opportunities to rediscover your inner wisdom. It is your decision as to whether to take them or not. She may come in many ways, and sometimes her teachings may be very challenging. Sometimes your spiritual growth may require you to upset the status quo of your life. You may decide to turn away and take the easier route. The choice is always yours. But if you long for Goddess wisdom in your heart and respond to her call, she will always give you the love, strength, and courage that you need.
Beautiful.
I love that for all of us.
Yes.
I really do.
Linda, did you pull a card for the collective?
No?
No. Okay. No, you didn't have to. I just went ahead and pull one really quick, and it just says, take. No, it's okay. Take your place. And it's hard to see, but it's a bear. So just remember to take your place. Know your strength. Know that you're worthy. That you deserve to be here, and that all the strength you have is within you too, as well. It's okay to ask for help, and the help being there. But it's like the strength card. We have what we need, that strength inside. And Jonathan, I had to grab this because I'm going to put myself up really quick, ladies, because I've been going through my books and stuff of what to take or not to take when we leave. And this was saying right next to me, Jonathan. Nancy. And it's got pictures of Mick Fleetwood in there, of Fleetwood Mac, all of them. Shan got this for me, a few years back. So for people who may not know, that's this is an older picture, but that's Mick Fleetwood right there, and of course Stevie Nicks. So it was just saying right there, right next to me. So I had to share that. I couldn't resist because people know how much I love music.
Sadly, the message that I have for the collective, I gave at the beginning.
Well,
yes,
that's perfect. I mean, it came straight from Kuan Yin herself, so can't go wrong with that.
I'm going to go back and listen to that probably again and again and again.
You want me to read it again? Because I can.
Oh, would you please?
Sure. I mean,
yes, because people came in during the
it is for the collective. So, okay, I channeled this morning from Kuan Yin, and that was an experience, I'll tell you. Compassion is an aspect of love. Humans are created from infinite love and are capable of infinite compassion. Healing, true healing, comes from compassion, comes from love. You are created from love. You are surrounded by love. You are love. Let that love flow through you. Love is the essence of your being. Compassion is one of its expressions. The physical world is filled with distractions. Learn to discern what comes from love and what comes from fear. Cling to love. Be compassionate. Although healing can be painful in the moment, although it can mean loss, it is for your highest good. Love yourselves. Love each other. Share your light with the world.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Kuan Yin, for honoring us with that beautiful message.
Beautiful.
I think that resonated more with me now. For some reason, it just
I
seemed to
recorded it.
I just felt it more deeply this time.
Yeah.
And I think I know why. I think because we have more people now in chat, and as a collective, we're all
Yeah.
here taking in the message, and we're
Yeah.
all of like energy, loving people. And when you hear a message like that, even
It
though there
reverberates.
is,
The
even
energy
through
bounces.
electronic,
Yeah. The energy bounces around and it's felt. We all feel it. Yeah.
Mhm. That's amazing. And yes,
Yeah.
Stevie is 76 and still touring. She can't wear her boots anymore, but she's still pretty darn cool. So I was glad
My
I was able
daughter
to see her.
took her 8-year-old daughter to see Stevie Nicks in Knoxville, this latest tour that she did this year, or maybe the end of last year. I'm not sure. And Freya was spellbound.
Of course.
Her first concert.
Hmm. I saw her
Pretty
in
good one to
07.
be a first one, isn't it?
Yep. I got to see her. Shan was on that phone the minute tickets went on sale at 10 o'clock. And the first, 10 rows, 9 rows were all taken, for, contests and things and PR people and whatnot. But I got 10th row, almost center.
Great.
And just to stand there and just her walking out. Stand Back was the beginning song. It just, there was, yeah. And, oh my God, can I tell you, Gold Dust Woman? I'm just getting goosebumps all over remembering it. So, yeah. Thank you, Lace, for such beautiful messages. Thank you, Linda, and beautiful Wanda. And thank you, Agador. I can hear you in the background as well. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And before we end, Linda, you want to mention again tonight's show and anything else you got coming up this week?
Tonight, I'll be on Moon Scarab's channel with Gerald Tarot Stash. I don't know what the hell we're going to be doing.
Is it 8 p.m. Eastern?
It's 5 p.m. Pacific, so 8 p.m.
8 p.m.
Eastern.
our time. And it's
Yeah,
full
on
moon
Moon
readings.
Scarab's channel. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Moon readings.
so that, yeah, we're doing full moon readings. I know what we're doing. I mean, I just said that because it was funny.
Well, so
I'll say anything to get a laugh. You guys don't know that? Oh my God, yeah.
y'all don't know what Linda's like backstage. She's hilarious. Oh my God, it's just like grab a beer, come sit at the
fun
table.
holding space with you, Linda.
What?
It's fun holding space
with you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's fun holding space with you guys too. This was really a lot of fun, and I really appreciate that you invited me. Thank you so much.
And tomorrow is Tuesday Akashic, right? Akashic Adventures?
Yes, tomorrow is the Akashic Adventures, 2 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock Eastern. And Thursday, I'm on with Jonathan. Yes, I know you love Thursdays. I'm on with Jonathan Daly on my channel. We're doing tarot, Akashic, whatever sort of happens. It's very free flowing, shall we say?
Last time I got a beautiful message from the two of you that really touched me.
Well, I love reading with him and with Gerald. It's just like it's so much fun reading with someone else, even if they're reading tarot or whatever. That's why I'm looking forward to tonight because it's, for me, it's always I don't know, reading the Akashic records with other people, it really deepens the connection, and then we go back and forth sometimes. That happens with Diana Bowles too. I love reading with other people. It's way more fun than reading by myself. Way more.
And really. Jonathan says, great energy from all three of you wonderful women.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jonathan. And he says, past life. Oops, Allison. Have a beautiful evening, everyone. You too, girl. Thank you. I want to actually connect on this one here. Click on this. Past life work is my jam these days. Yes. And Nancy, do you have anything else coming up this week?
No.
With you and Ginger or Farah?
can't think of anything. If I do, it hasn't been scheduled yet.
Okay. Let's see. Tomorrow is Tuesdays, which is, if Rain, you're still watching, TTT, Tarot Talk Tuesdays. And we'll be discussing, let's see. I think it's the devil, and I can't remember. We did death. We're doing the devil, and I can't remember the other card, but we'll be discussing those cards. At least that one, the devil card. And then Wednesday, I have a busy week this week, y'all. And I'm so excited because Viviani's going to be joining me.
Ah,
Well, that'll be fun. She's wonderful to read with.
isn't
She is, and we're going to be doing animal. So I cannot
I'll
believe
bring
we are already almost through the end of August. So so that's TTT with the girls tomorrow. Then on Wednesday at 8 p.m., hey, what's your sign? With Karen, Care Bear Bard of Cards. We're going to be talking about Virgo. And then animal totem and spirit guide readings with Viviani on Thursday at 5 p.m. And then on Friday, Allison, Amanda, and I are going to be welcoming Ramon and Tom Early Ritual to have a conversation on spirit boxes and the pros and not so pros of spirit
I
boxes.
don't
So
know about spirit boxes. I'll have to watch that because
yeah, and we all have an open conversation and chat.
Yeah.
So Moonfox Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's with me and Viviani. And if you don't know who Viviani is, make sure you subscribe to Linda. Check out her Akashic Adventures tomorrow. And Viviani is one of the beautiful souls that reads with her and Diana. So, all righty, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. You know, like Gerald says, y'all are the best chatters. I just love it.
Yes, me too. And next Monday, Jonathan will be joining us to talk about some of the Hawaiian. I don't know, Jonathan, if they're the Hawaiian people like to have them referred to as goddesses or if they're deity. So you can also educate us on that next week. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about Pele and her family and her connections.
Yes.
So everybody have a great rest of your evening. Be sure to check out Moon Scarab's channel. Get another reading, maybe from Linda, Ramon, and Gerald. And we'll see everybody next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.